to create a company. Everyone's scared about like going out and just creating it.
Ya ma da. What's goody to the guys and the goddesses, and what's popping to the people? I know y'all don't believe it, but we got a brand new setup. The problem is I got so many damn lights, I don't know where to point them and what to do with them. So I'm getting a headache, but the picture ain't getting no clearer. So I even got a ring cam. They say you got to have a ring cam. Everybody got a ring light or whatever. I've been had a ring light for 3 years. I just don't use it. So I got my little ring light. I got lights everywhere. I don't know how to use them clearly because I look black as Wesley Snipes. So I'm going to have to get close up on y'all until I figure out what the hell I got going on. But for starters, hey, nah. Okay. Well, shit, let me unknot my head and get with the motherfucking program. So it wasn't a ring light. Maybe I could turn some of this shit off because I'm going to get a headache, a real bad one. Do I even need this damn ring light? Let me see. Oh, yeah, I need the ring light. What about, you know what? That's why I mess up. I'm going to get to touching stuff and mess up everything. So let me just leave it alone. Enjoy the fact that things is how they supposed to be. So, we gonna keep it groovy tonight. And I know what y'all want to hear. You want to hear me deal with your boy Terrence, huh? Oh, I promise you we're going to deal with him. I promise you we're going to deal with him. And did y'all see? We're going to take a look at Martin, too. Because, see, y'all don't believe, like them old folk used to tell us, y'all don't believe fat meat greasy. That's the problem right there. You don't believe fat meat greasy. But see, this hold on, let me just get everything doing what it's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm talking about? Let me get my life together. I ain't bothering you. All right. What's up with it, Kim folk? Peace to the Queen Yahoo, everybody. Yeah, we gon' Kim folk. Yeah. Hey, so they got your boy Martin. Y'all will believe me. You know what I said to somebody? I said, think about it this way. I still argue with people on whether I'm right or not. Think about how long I've been telling y'all the puffy shit was going on, and it's just not coming out. Y'all told me I was crazy 10 years ago saying this shit. But my point is, just like I put in the post, I know how this is going to go. Y'all about to play me the same way y'all played me with Cat Williams. I told y'all, I said Cat Williams ain't right. Everybody jumped on my heels, told me I was bluffing. See, what y'all do is, when y'all know I'm finna beat up on one of y'all heroes, y'all be kind of scarce. So a lot of people didn't even show up for the Cat Williams shit. But y'all know, if I said I mean it, I'm going to give you haymakers. I ain't going to turn the camera on. So, Cat Williams. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's exactly what's going to happen. And I told y'all about, I even showed y'all Cat Williams with the witchcraft, and I showed you the newspaper article from him kidnapping people and doing witchcraft on them and all of that, and y'all still told me. So, but now, it's old Terrance's turn. And for me, it's simple. I didn't even have to do a whole lot of research. Because when you get used to the formula, then you know what to look for. So we'll say Cat Williams, Terrence Howard. What did Cat Williams line you up and told you? This is gonna be the year of exposure. He said, all year we exposing everything. And then right after he said that, like he was some type of prophet, things start happening. And then y'all take to social media like, I told you, Cat Williams was right. Look at him. See, he the real. He told us the truth. Blah, 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 blah. No, that's not how this thing works. Accidents, spills, and more. And y'all say how it works when it don't benefit you. You'll tell the truth because when people say, well, why don't so-and-so do this, that, and the third? Y'all say they can't because these people will kill them. So y'all know it's a certain line that if you cross, somebody will kill you. Because y'all admit it all the time. You just don't like to admit it in a discussion that's going to make you look wrong. Now, what does this have to do with anything? If we all know, history has shown us repeatedly, if you say something or do something they don't like at a high level, your ass disappear, or your ass commit suicide, or your fucking plane crash, or some shit like that. This is what we see historically with the people who cross the line and they're in a certain space. I'm a habitual line crosser because I'm irrelevant. But there's a line, and we all know it. So how come when your favorite person crossed the line, then you justify and say, they ain't with that shit? Wait a motherfucking minute. Is there a line you can't cross or not? Is there a punishment from, we all speculate on who it is, but from some place, somewhere, somehow, when you cross the line, shit happens. Let's take Puffy, for instance. Everybody in the know has got to realize, if according to them court documents that we read, it says he has been an informant. He's been a confidential informant. Which means if you're a confidential informant, you're under surveillance. So that means for every part of 20 years, he's been being watched by the feds while helping them. Which means they are well aware of him beating on whoever the fuck, trafficking, kidnapping, whatever the fuck he's doing. He's been doing it and they've been knowing it. So why now? Because clearly he crossed a line. And now we can speculate. If I have to take an educated guess, what I've been telling people is I think it's the liquor company. I think he crossed the line when he sued and won against the liquor company. Now, what's my point to all of this? We're talking about P. Diddy, who, for all intents and purposes, he possibly sued Massa, and now he's getting a spanking. That's just something about liquor. You want me to believe Terrence Howard is publicly telling the secrets to the universe, defying mathematics, physics, and everything publicly. And he's told us several times that he doesn't have very much money because he don't never get paid what he's supposed to be getting paid. So he doesn't even have the finances and the resources of a Puffy. Yet, for damn near 10 years. I know y'all don't think it's been that long, but it's been a long time. He didn't just start saying this shit. He been saying this shit for maybe about 6-7 years. He was saying this shit before COVID. Put it to you that way. He got on this shit before COVID, like 2019, maybe sooner, maybe earlier than that. So now, for at least 6 years, a black man who, according to him, has been getting blackballed by Hollywood and not treated properly, that guy has went public with the secrets to the universe. Ain't just nothing. This is where it gets weird for me at. Why? Why they letting him get away with this? Why are they letting a black man foil the big secret? Well, because a lot of this shit he's saying ain't a secret. I'm gonna get these before we go deep, I'm just gonna show y'all watch how quick this happens. Watch how quick this happens. And then I'm gonna tell you why it happened. Watch how quick it happened, then I'm gonna tell you why it happened. Well, I'm gonna tell you why it happened first. Cause I gotta wait for this shit to get to my email anyway. So let me see, whatever the fuck, physics. Okay, so here's the thing. The reason why we're able to get played like this is because of arrogance. Arrogance and the ego. Our ego has been so battered and bruised that we hate to admit when we don't know something. We hate to admit when something's going over our head. So watch how quick this happens. You watched Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan. I'm willing to bet money most of y'all didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't even watch the whole thing. It's 3 hours of a lot of mumbo jumbo. And here's the problem. Let's just be honest. 95% of the people who watched the Terrence Howard interview don't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. How could you? How could average people sitting on the couch that go to work every day know what the fuck Terrence was actually talking about? And I know you. This is where you get in your ego and say, well, so I'm stupid because I go to work? I study all kind of stuff. I be looking in this. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. This many people study. This many people look into stuff. And you know how I know? Because I study and I look into stuff and y'all don't be knowing shit. I could easily tell when I run into some people who've been studying. Meanwhile, y'all like to argue at people and say you know shit that you don't really know. So here's how this works. People who use big words will look right in front of your fucking face and say the stupidest shit to you, and you will turn around and agree. Watch this. For everybody that in my inbox is flooded with people who said that Terrence was a genius. you have the right to that opinion. Here's my problem. You let that Negro sit right there on that Joe Rogan couch. And first of all, why do we think Joe Rogan is so smart? He started with Fear Factor, making people eat nasty shit, and then he went to UFC, watching brute white boys beat the shit out of each other. Where did Joe Rogan become a genius at? Anyway, he sat right there on bald head ass motherfucking Joe Rogan couch, looked right in the screen, and told y'all, hands down, the stupidest shit that any person has ever uttered in front of a camera. And y'all clapped and said he was genius. Watch this. That man told you, I can't even get this shit out. The man told you, ain't no such thing as straight lines. No. I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing. Because I know how you do already. I know how you do. Already you got a whole little spiel for me. No, we're not doing that today. Here's what we're going to do. That man sat right there on that bald head ass white man couch and told you to your face there's no such thing as straight lines. And you ain't say shit. Not one motherfucker in the comment section. Not somebody 18 who know better. Not the drunk nigga that's on everybody's corner that's brilliant. Nobody said shit. Ain't no straight lines. Mr. Terrance, do you drive a vehicle, sir? Because if you drive a vehicle and it ain't no straight lines, how do you keep from crashing to the motherfucker right next to you on the other side of the straight line? This is the shit I don't get. This is the shit I don't get. Then y'all tell me something wrong with me when I get the bugging out. Now all of a sudden I'm the problem. Ain't no straight lines. Okay. See, that's your motherfucking problem right there. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all something. Did y'all really let a Negro in a Shakespeare wig tell you ain't no straight lines? The man put on a Shakespeare wig and did a live interview. The same guy that told you he is the smartest man ever did his last interview 30 days before this one in a Shakespeare wig. But when I tell you why he wore the Shakespeare wig, I could guarantee you there's no other channel on the planet that's going to be able to prove what I'm about to prove. See, this shit get way deeper than y'all want to go. That's the problem. So first let me show you these books from his lying ass, and then we gonna go real deep. Where hold on 1 second, y'all. I need oh, I can go over here and do it. I can go over here and get the See, I told y'all I'm advanced now, baby. I'm working 2 screens. I got lights everywhere. I got the ring light. I'm about to, man, okay. Y'all gonna keep acting like it ain't when it is. That's what you doing. That's what you doing. But I'm gonna get you together. Okay. Here go to let's get this right here. Now, Damn it. I'm just gonna make it quick like that. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I'm gonna show y'all. This is how you do research. You don't just believe what people tell you. Not even me. Do your motherfucking homework. You don't let no nigga in a Shakespeare wig come tell you some ain't no fucking straight lines, and then you go tell somebody else that this person is smart, man. What the fuck is going on? I did way too much with this one, but fuck it. I forgot to. I hate when I forget to crop my pictures. That be looking super tacky. My fault, y'all. I generally do better. Whatever. All right. So now, let's go over here real quick. I'm getting handy with the thing. With the thing. Wait, no. That ain't what I want. So here's where Terrence got this from. The shit that he got y'all what the hell just happened? Why is it not damn it. Okay, hold on 1 second, y'all. My fault. I don't know why I didn't. I just downloaded the pictures because these are the books. Yeah, it should be in my downloads. Video file slides. Why it's not? Let me see if this is. So you got what the hell? They don't want me to show y'all this shit. Okay, let me try this. These are the books that he got this shit from. That's what I'm trying to show y'all. What he did was the physics of love. I downloaded on my computer. I don't know why it's acting crazy. The universal laws never before revealed. Discovery of nothing. Those 3 books right there. He took those concepts and ideologies from the 3 books that I just named. And what he did was he took everything that he's breaking down has already been broken down by other scholars within those 3 books. It's like 6 different scholars within those 3 books that I just read, and he taking pieces from all of them. So now those scholars didn't have 3-dimensional computering to generate these visuals the way he's doing. So he's giving us the impression that he's bringing something new to the table, but every ideal that he's given us came out of one of those 3 books. Now, the proof is he's not the only people that think this. Nobody really believes in the gravity bullshit except for people who's planted in front of screens to tell you that, and people who don't know no better. We already Einstein's theory of gravity has been disproven years ago. If if I stand on a ladder with an apple and I drop it, that's not gravity pulling it to the ground. That's density. The apple's more dense than the air, so it's gonna fall. So the gravity theory got beat up on eons ago. They don't tell us a lot of shit. So when you got people who go to work every day and don't have the luxury of studying, and you come on the screen and you use a bunch of big words that sound real fancy, it's gonna sound like you're really fucking smart.
The gifting panic alarm.
All you gotta do,
Find the perfect gift. You have zero ideas and you don't know where to start.
The problem is,
relax. Now you can use gift.
They got us so far caught up into this whole racist thing with racism that, and it's not like it's not rightfully so, but it's a dangerous space simply because a lot of times white folk don't be being racist. They be telling us some shit that we need to hear and we just don't want to hear. Now, are they still racist in a motherfucker? Of course. Is the system racist? The whole thing? Yeah. Now, I ain't saying no cool shit like that, but I'm just saying. There's times within this fucked up ass system, the white dudes slide in and tell you the truth, and we so used to him being racist that we ignore it. So look at the real guys who know real science. It's horrible on the internet for this guy. And y'all think everybody that is just hating on him. No. They know that he is saying a bunch of gibberish, bro. He putting words together in phrases that don't even go together. We don't fucking know. The real scientist is stepping in like, bro, what are you doing? Now, he definitely telling some truths. But this is calculated psyop. But on the flip side, it's called method acting. Let's look that up and see what that is. Let's look that up real quick and see what method acting is. Because we about to cook. Let me see real quick. Quick little Google search real quick. And it says, oh, wait. All right. Let me see. Method acting. Let's see what it says. Damn, start from the beginning. Method acting, known as the method, is a range of rehearsal techniques as formulated by a number of different theater practitioners that seeks to encourage sincere and expressive performances through identifying with, understanding, and experiencing a character's inner motivation and emotions. These techniques are built on Stanislavski's system. Is a systematic approach to training actors that the Russian theater practitioner developed in the first half of the 20th century. His system cultivates what he calls the art of experiencing. It mobilizes the actor's conscious thought. So, what they're saying essentially is, for method acting, you completely become the character. So let's say, for instance, if you would say playing Muhammad Ali, like Terrence Crawford was practicing for to play the Muhammad Ali role. Terrence Howard, I keep saying Crawford the boxer. Terrence Howard. Somebody ran into him in the gym, meeting him for the first time, and he was talking to them like Ali. And they was in a corner like why is he acting like that? Why don't he know he can come out of character? Case in point, when you method acting, you will play that character. So like they tell you when Heath Ledger died and they said something to Jack Nicholson, say that he had committed suicide, Jack Nicholson or whatever the fuck, Jack Nicholson, whoever the fuck he is. He said that Heath Ledger committed suicide, and they asked him what he thought about it. He looked at the camera, smiled, and said, I told him don't play that role. Jack Nicholson said the Joker role almost drove him crazy. Who was it? I'm trying to think of who it was. The new Joker. The skinny guy. He locked himself in his apartment for like months and wasn't really eating and wasn't really, because they have to become the character. See, it's not enough. In their lane, you playing for the Oscar, you playing for Academy Award, you playing for longevity, your career. So every role, they're trying to make that role the next biggest role in Hollywood. Now, even if you're a good actor or actress, you're not gonna always feel like I could bring it how I need to bring it. Or what if you are bringing it how you need to bring it, but you got this director steady saying, I need more, give me more. Like that's not, you're not giving me the role. And if you're not gonna, maybe we're too far into this, maybe you need to take a break, we can cancel production, maybe we can recast, and maybe this isn't the role for you, Terrence. Now you're looking at that 10 million, your next payday. It's a lot of things in play here. So these actors and actresses are getting pushed so hard, spending weeks on a set, scene after scene after scene after scene, 3-4 hours of sleep. This type of shit is going on. So if all week long you've been performing 16-hour days and only been able to get 4 hours of sleep per day, maybe by Thursday, if you started on Sunday, you just can't. You can't get that oomph in there. You drained, but it has to happen. See, the guys on the other side, they know they're pushing, and they're doing it intentionally. So now, you got all of these different actors that tell you they had to channel deities and other spirits for roles. How many? Let's just hold on. We gonna check some things out real quick. I'm gonna put this on pause and let's get. Wait. Is that okay? Can y'all see this? Let me know if y'all can see this. Sharing this tab. Okay. Tabs. There we go. So y'all can see what I see.
Being on the stage, the amount of training we had, the sitting party, I was very fortunate. In fact, he came no, I talked to him before that, but I think it was when he came.
No, that ain't the right one, y'all. Give me 1 second. That ain't the one I'm looking for. Let's go back here real quick. Let's go back here real quick. Where's the no, I don't want to. Damn.
Every month, this air.
I want to just jump into Terrence real quick. I want y'all to see this other stuff before we get to that. So where's y'all see my search all over the place, bogus as hell. Where's everybody I had though? Here you go.
How are so many of Hollywood's most famous actors and actresses able to be so amazingly effective and convincing in their performances?
That guy was so electrifying that it came through the television.
How is it that they can move us to laughter, tears, or anger at the drop of a hat? Are they truly gifted with natural talent, as many suggest?
You see this and you're dazzled by their talent.
Do they possess a creative streak of genius that is unknown to most men? Or unknown to most men, are they in fact possessed? Is it possible that these actors and actresses are possessed by demonic spirits who have a specific agenda to fulfill? Oscar award-winning actor Denzel Washington told 60 Minutes exactly how he brings forth his best performances.
Basically, what I did was got on my knees and sort of communicated with the spirits. And when I came out, I was in charge.
Powerful scene.
Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have written that down and made a decision to play that.
What are you gonna smoke that?
Nope, you are.
Hell if I am. Yeah.
You're Jesus freak. You're Jesus freak.
The one-woman entertainment empire known as Oprah has strong affiliations with the demonic realm. The most familiar face on television says,
"You can not only use your body and physical self. This is how I see acting. I ask my body to be the carrier for the spirits of those who have come before me in a way that is most meaningful to the character. Just become the vehicle for that character."
Calling out for these entities to take her over so that she may become a sparkling puppet, Oprah admits of her work before the camera.
I tried to empty myself and let the spirit inhabit me.
With her global influence, her shows have become a smorgasbord for the New Age agenda.
We're back with Denzel Washington. His first book, A Hand to Guide Me, is in stores today, and it's full of really inspiring stories of successful people and the mentors who helped to raise them up, literally. Mm-hmm. And so this was really in honor of all those people, people who helped you and people who also helped others. Mm-hmm. One of the things I loved in the book, the chapter that you wrote on, you were talking about what you learned on 60 Minutes, because your mom had put you in a school.
How she paid the bills?
And how she paid the bills. And they had found the ledger of the payments.
$16.72, $112.05, $92, $4.
Yeah.
You know, she was paying what I didn't tell you that, huh? Ed Bradley found the book, whatever you call it, the payment book from the private school that I went to. And my mother was paying as she could.
And what did you learn from that?
Well, you know, it's like I remember coming home one time and saying, you know, feeling full of myself and talking about how, wow, did you imagine all this? I mean, I'm a star. First of all, you don't know how many people have been.
All right, Negro, please. Hold on. We got some more though. That Puffy shit crazy. I ain't got a chance to listen to the whole thing yet. Okay. Here you go, your boy. Remember this?
Happening. I've discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember sometime we do 10 episodes for my show, and in this last season, I was hitting a block, right? I was like, oh, I'm not doing it right? So I went in the corner, and then I was looking at the wall, and I was like, come on, devil, right? Come to me, because I had to do something like crazy, right? I had nightmares for a month. So it does come to it or after. Like I had nightmares every day. Like I felt that energy.
Oh, interesting.
You know, and I had to pray and do all this stuff to like get rid of it. And you know, you call your mom up and you're like, bring me back to life. And that stuff is real. That stuff really is real.
I think I was kidding myself.
Meditao the ghetto, darken doors in orbs. Meditao the hood. Meditao the ghetto.
Now, hold on. We got some more though. We're gonna look at some more of this. Because there's a couple of these. Wait a minute. I don't know if y'all remember this.
funny, like how I came about being a lyricist is weird because I started out technically, like I used to write all the time, you know, before I start going into the Rain Man thing, you know. So I really started out just being technical, and then I got.
Before I start going into the Rain Man thing. Now, what's the Rain Man thing? What's the Rain Man thing? Before he started going into the Rain Man thing, what's the Rain Man thing? See, these dudes just be saying stuff. We got to know what they saying. What's the Rain Man thing that you just be going into? Now,
Let me take y'all back to the beginning of the end, that is. Now, anytime you're going to make an album, especially if this is your last, you know, where is this going? What does this track say? This right here we call a magic moment. Right now I'm thinking like, you know, where is this going? What does this track say? You know, I look at music like a puzzle, like I try to figure it out, you know, figure out what I'm gonna say on it, figure out the emotion in the track, what it's saying. Then I go through my Rain Man. 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 This right here we call a magic moment.
all of this stuff has relevance. The magic moment when I go through my Rain Man. Rain Man is an entity. And this is the entity that they all talking about that they pray to. What Denzel said, he go in the room. Now, let's get to the dude while we here. Let's get to the dude while we here. I just want y'all to see how many other celebrities got this Rain Man thing going on. But where's what you call it there real quick? Terrence. I had a specific one for Terrence I wanted to show. Where'd it go? Is that no? That ain't. What are you? God damn it! Hold on, here I come, y'all. Damn it! You look up so much shit, you get shit confused. I just sent it off. Here it go.
Attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. on most weekdays.
She didn't need to stay into it. I'll go. Very obvious what is going on.
I made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow. And then on top of it, what Paramount did, instead of putting my name as Terrence Howard performing the songs, they put performed by DJ. Well, they own DJ. So guess what? The performance royalties went to Paramount. They went,
wait a minute. They didn't go to Terrence Howard. They went to
$12,000. That's all I ever made from Hustle and Flow. Everything else went right back into Paramount. So now I got to sue Paramount or send them a letter.
Are you serious?
I got to send them a letter to say, hey, you guys owe me about 20 years worth of residuals and performance royalties. But I didn't know. I was just trying to pay my rent then. I made $6,000 doing Crash. Crash didn't.
I remember the movie Crash. Yes, that's right. That's right.
The business don't pay actors anything. That's why the strike is going on. Actors are struggling.
As you and I were kind of joking earlier, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, it is hard unless you do it right.
Unless you do it right.
And I've never been good at being a pimp. You know, the pimp has to have a heart of stone.
Now, I thought it would be interesting to show that clip, just because it gives a little bit of insight to why the recent strike happened in Hollywood, where a bunch of your shows were delayed, a lot of stuff wasn't filmed, and, shows that you might be interested in haven't come out yet, or they will be coming out in the next year or two, right? So he gave a little bit of insight about something that happened to him a long time ago. The movie that he won his first Oscar from, which was Hustle and Flow. You know, the movie that I guess you would say took his career to another level. He said he only earned $12,000 from that movie, and he was basically playing a pimp, and he also got pimped by Paramount. So it's pretty ironic, but we all know that's something that's been going on from the music industry to the film industry. You know, they basically set him up to where they didn't have to pay him because they own the rights to DJ. DJ being the character that he played, even though that character was Terrence Howard, but you're acting in a movie. It's not real. So, you know, they set it up to where they wouldn't have to pay him residuals. And it's like, wow. You know, the fact that they could even do that is almost, I don't even know what you want to call that. Because to put it in simple terms, it's Terrence Howard being Terrence Howard, but in the movie, he's DJ. So, in fact, they actually own it because it's not really Terrence Howard. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It almost reminds you of like 360 deals, and in the music industry, them actually owning the rights to your music, you know, and you really get nothing from it. It's crazy, but I thought just putting that in there to kind of give a history of Terrence Howard, because y'all remember Terrence Howard has been around for a very long time. He played in Sunset Park. I think that was back in '96. Now, obviously, he wasn't like the biggest name in that movie back then, but it just goes to show how long he's really been in Hollywood. I'm sure he has seen it all. And the way he spoke so confident in this next clip, it kind of wowed me for a second when I was actually listening to it. Remember, he also played in Living Single as well. So he's been there. He's seen it. For those who haven't seen this clip that I'm about to show y'all, you know, like I said, just to hear him actually say it the way that he does, to accept it the way that he does is kind of crazy to me, because I don't know if people realize, you know, how dangerous the spirit world can be to someone. And you would think with how smart he makes himself seem that he wouldn't just play with it so freely. But with that being said, y'all, check this out.
And you said something I've never really heard a lot of actors say about the process of acting. And you said that sometimes when you walk off, they walk off with your clothes.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Well, as an actor, you're more like a medium.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you really get there, you go into this zone and you really divorce yourself of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you just become a garment that something else puts on. Now,
Right.
a lot of people sit up there and do impersonations of other folks,
Mm-hmm.
you know, instead of allowing that spirit, you know. But I sit up and I'll pray for a little bit and go in a dark place,
Mm-hmm.
go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, look in the mirror. We'll have the light on at first, and then after 1 minute, turn the light off, and and search until you see your own glow, your own aura, and then you watch it change.
Wow.
And it's a scary thing,
Yeah.
because you'll feel like some hands are on you,
Wow.
and you lose a little bit of control of what you're doing. But if you stay with it, you'll be inhabited by something, and then you walk out, and the character's with you, and you got to know how to say goodbye to it.
Right.
If you really want to get there.
Right.
A lot of people are afraid, to empty themselves and be filled up with something else. But, as an actor, you're an emotional prostitute.
Wow.
You put on whatever you need for the John. Put on
I was trying to get things together. All right, now he said start with the light on. He said go into the bathroom and start with the light on. Start what with the light on? Then he said cut the light off. What's happening there that he's not saying? He chanting something. Cause I've been in the bathroom in the dark with the light on. Don't nobody just be talking to me. You gotta be saying something. So he's in the bathroom doing a ceremony. This is a ritual. Going into the dark, then looking into the mirror. Now, y'all do know mirrors are portals. Now he going into the dark and he using the mirror because the mirror is a portal. You can bring forth and go through a mirror if you know what you're doing. So now he tell you, he said, and you wait for it. Then he said, it's a scary thing because you're going to feel hands on you. Wait. You're not finna just mull over that. If I go in a motherfucking bathroom by myself and just look in a dark mirror, why the fuck am I feeling hands coming, touching on me? And then he talking about it's a scary thing. But then he said, you gotta let it take over. And then you become a garment. For a garment is something you just wear. Then, now, think about what Denzel said. Denzel said basically the same thing. He went into this little prayer and he went into the room. And the entity took over. And he came out and he was in control. You are aware the Denzel who did that interview ain't Denzel Washington. He just told you, I went into the room, something took over me, and then I was in control. What did Terrence Howard just say? Terrence Howard just says, you are just a vehicle for the entity. So what does that mean? Whoever was doing the Denzel interview ain't fucking Denzel if you follow the science. Now, this is the Rain Man that they're talking about. This is the demonic spirit Rain Man, aka Baal, aka Lord Baal. That's who the fuck they're praying to. Now, this gets a lot deeper with Terrence Howard. Because watch this. Now, this right here is so motherfucking deep. Only the ones that can go there are going to understand. Now, Terrence Howard just told you when he wants to really get into character, he go into a room and basically whatever deity he needs for that particular thing is who he's calling on. Whatever spirit he needs for that particular thing is who he's calling on. Now, it's mighty funny that the interview that he chose to explain this is the interview that he wore that wig. That's a Shakespeare wig. Now, look at the way he got his beard and his goatee trimmed like Shakespeare. Let's watch it again. This is what Shakespeare was looking like. That pointed goatee, the handlebar mustache, and the thing in the middle. That's the Shakespeare look. Now, what makes this so relevant? Shakespeare was allegedly a genius, but realistically, he was an idiot front man. Shakespeare was a front man. Who was he a front man for? He was a front man for, at the time, who was considered the smartest man on the planet. The leader of the top 3 secret societies, the guy who encoded the Bible for King James, the illegitimate son of Queen Elizabeth. His name was Francis Bacon. This was the guy who was the genius behind all of the Shakespeare shit. This was the guy who was the head of the top secret societies on the planet. He was literally considered the smartest man in the world. It's also who they get. The James Bond character is a mix between Francis Bacon and Benjamin Franklin. So now, I don't believe in coincidences. He says he goes and channels spirits when he has to do a certain job. Let's just hypothetically say he had an acting job to play the world's smartest man. And let's just say hypothetically, in order to reference that energy, what if he channeled the energy of Francis Bacon? See, you don't come out looking like Shakespeare, who was an imposter for a genius, and you're sitting here playing the role of an imposter for a genius. You can't play with Hollywood on this level 30 days ago, and now you want to hit Joe Rogan, act normal, and be the world's smartest man. Once again, we're getting fucking conned. I played that last clip to show you how long he's been acting. See, y'all still in this world where y'all believe you can make it. All you have to do is have the talent. You can do it, Jimmy. Which couldn't be further from the fucking truth. This is a rigged system. And old Terrence is part of the game. Denzel Washington, see, somebody lying. Somebody lying. Somebody lying. Because here's what Denzel just told us. Hold on, let's go. Somebody lying, and I need to know who lying. Somebody lying, and if we don't figure out who lying, y'all gonna think it's me. So somebody lying. Here's what Denzel said.
He came to Soldier's Play. He said, "You're good."
Oh wow.
Yeah, and wow. I got a part in a movie in 1986. I called it The Nigga They Couldn't Kill.
Oh.
Yeah, he was supposed to be.
First of all, I ain't never seen Denzel this motherfucking high before. He was high as shit on this interview. But let's check him out though. Wait, whoops.
Raped a white woman, and they tried to electrocute him, but it didn't work. And he became sort of a cult hero. No, not that one. That was the other awful one. But and then they tried to hang him, and they tried to do all this stuff. And I had a lot of training day in me. And there were some Jewish people in the audition, and I said, yeah. They said, no, it's funny. It's like they hang them and then they can't. I said, yeah, like you bring some Jewish people into a room and they think it's a shower, but it's gas. Oh. And they said, right. I said, right. That ain't funny. So to me, it wasn't funny about putting a rope around my MFN neck either. I made a point. The guy was like, who the hell was this little nigga talking like this? So anyway, make a long story long, I called Sidney and I was sick because he told me to call him. If I said, man, they offered me $600,000 to play the nigga they couldn't kill. And he said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. He said, I'm not going to tell you that, Denzel. He says, but I can tell you this. The first 2 or 3 or 4 films you do in this business will dictate how you're perceived in this business. Mm-hmm. So you make a decision. You know, he didn't tell me what to do, and I give him credit for that. And I turned it down, and 6 months later, I got Cry Freedom and got an Oscar nomination. So it could have gone an entirely, you never know. Mm-hmm. It could have gone, my whole career could have gone an entirely different way. Well, in a different way.
Now, I did that to make a point. Denzel tells us a story where at the beginning of his career, he had the option to be that sellout Negro role, and he stood firm and said he didn't do it. And then right after that, he got a bigger, better, more prestigious role. Okay, if that's an option, Terrence Howard, the self-proclaimed smartest man alive. Why did you do Hustle and Flow? And why did you follow that up with Lucious Lyon? For a genius, you play the sleaziest black men. You don't play the prestigious roles. So you're channeling that energy. You channeled that Lucious Lyon. You had to, because he was a monster. So we got to think about this. That means he is in full control and well aware. So you don't get the smartest man in existence, and his 2 biggest roles is Hustle and Flow and Lucious Lyon. And then he goes from that to saying they ripped him off, and now he's on this tangent, touring all over the place, talking mathematics, physics, and all of this. And he admittedly, he didn't finish his first year of college. So after half a year of college, he dropped out and expands his genius. Let me give you a hypothetical. If I can remember an entire movie script, who's to say I can't remember this movie script? And if Joe Rogan's on the tape like we know he is, then Terrence already knows what questions are going to be asked. He's got an agent that books him more than likely, or maybe he booked himself. Well, I doubt it. But he already knows what questions are going to be asked when he get there. That's something we don't understand about how it works. No celebrity goes on a show and doesn't know what they're going to be asked. No. Because of something called ambush journalism. Nobody ever wants to get there and then get asked some questions and not prepare for it. Because the point of an interview, even if it seems like the host of the show is really going at the person that they're interviewing, it's all a setup. It's they're supposed to be being an asshole in an interview, because then the fans will say two things happen. This person gets famous for being an asshole, and then the celebrity gets the sympathy of the fans. It's a two-part system. But no celebrity shows up on any show because soon as you say, I want to interview, say, okay, a lot of times you're not going to talk to the celebrity. You're going to talk to the agent. You're going to contact the agent, say you want to do an interview with so-and-so. Now, the agent got to get what kind of interview about such and such. What's going to be the, what kind of questions you're going to be asking. I'm going to be asking these 10 questions. That's it? Well, maybe some other things. Some other things like what? This is my job as the agent. My job as the agent, or I get fired. I can't just get a roundabout and then come to you and be like, yeah, he want to ask you about 10 questions. About what? He said just the basic stuff. The fuck does that mean? You know, just regular stuff. The fuck is regular stuff? He ain't give you no specifics? Nah. Find out exactly what he want to talk about so I know. That's how it go. So when Terrence show up at these interviews and he looking smart as hell, and they appear to be asking him random questions, and he got the answer already, they rehearsed it already. He already knows the questions and had time to prepare the answer. This is what you're looking at. The world is a stage. He is, of course, he has to be brilliant to even be able to keep up with the conversation. But he's not telling us anything that is an actual discovery. He's regurgitating things from people that we never heard of and putting it in his own words and taking the credit for it. And because he has 3D diagrams and access to a little bit more information, he's able to make it look like he's upgrading something that he's actually keeping exactly the way it was. And now, what's the bottom line, the modus operandum? I tell y'all all the time, they have to tell you what they're doing in order to balance the whole karma thing. So anything he's telling us is things that they want us to know. And they have to make it look interesting because there's always two sides. So they're going to make you pick sides. So you're going to have the side of people who think he's brilliant. You're going to have the side of people who think he's an idiot. That's the point. As long as there's two sides, he stays popular because the two sides can feed off of each other. If everybody just thinks he's great, it gets boring. And then we'll forget about him pretty soon because it'll be unanimous. What keeps it going is the fact that we can have shows like this and go back and forth about whether he's right or wrong, whether he's smart or not, whether he's a genius or not. These are the things that they was counting on to happen. Realistically, how does this move us forward? You are born a melanated man. You have figured out the keys and the essence to life. All I see you on is European platforms telling everyone how smart you are. How is this progressively moving us forward as melanated people? It's not. And I don't frequently get on that you got to be doing for melanated people. I'm not saying that. But if a guy is you experiencing the racism of Hollywood, you're firsthand experiencing that, and you're self-proclaimed the smartest man in the world. Instead of tetrahedrograms, why don't you draw up something for our people to get out of what we're in? Why haven't you brought that brilliant mind to the aid of your people? You're currently complaining about how the system is jerking you around. So as a melanated man, you are firsthand experiencing racism, white supremacy on a national level, on a global level. with some of the most important information according to you known to man, and you're stuck there. It reminds me of Kanye with the whole fashion thing. Just mad because they won't pay him attention to fashion, and that's where all his time, energy, and money went. And some people right now will be saying, but look, it paid off. Look at him now. Yeah, he made the dumbest, ugliest clothes ever known to man, and he charged a lot for them. Yeah, look at him now. Another thing that didn't fucking help us. And when do we get tired and say, okay, I see it now. They playing us again. This Terrence Howard thing is another nothing burger. Is he saying some smart things? Yes. Is he the smartest man in the world? I fucking doubt it. Is what he's saying more beneficial? Well, here's another telltale sign. He said he recreated Saturn. I told y'all, anytime you're dealing with them, they always bring up Saturn. Why is that the planet you chose? Out of everything else, why did you choose to recreate Saturn? And everybody except for the people from Misinformation Nation instantly hear that, and we already know, oh my goodness, why you ain't just say that in the beginning, General? Yeah, it was fun waiting to the end. But as soon as we hear that, and that's the first thing he said in the first 10 minutes of the Joe Rogan shit, he was talking about recreating Saturn. I said, oh, well, I know where this is headed. I recreated Saturn with no gravity. There's very few planets that have gravity. Gravity is not even a planetary thing. Gravity is for something, never mind. It's not for planets. Most planets don't have gravity. So that's not no. Recreating Saturn without gravity means you did nothing. You made a digital module of Saturn. Hey, look at me. There is no fucking gravity. Gravity is mass and density. Understand those two, you'll understand gravity. Like I said earlier before, if I climb to the top of a ladder and I grab an apple and I let it go, it's not gravity that's pulling the apple to the ground. The apple is more dense than the air, meaning the apple is heavier than the air, so it's going to fall. If you put a brick inside of a pillow, the brick is heavier than the pillow, so it's going to sink. It has nothing to do with gravity. It's density. So, these are things that almost every scientist knows, and they just jerk us around with the whole gravity bullshit, because if they don't convince you that there's gravity, then they won't be able to convince you that these are anti-gravity proportion machines, and they won't be then they'll be able to convince you how smart these aliens are, that really are just the same people we've been dealing with, except for they won't have their skins on. It's all for the sake of the game that we're playing. When you understand the game, then it gets easier to understand the moves. Remember, this is the Matrix, an illusionary computer-generated existence, which means nothing you see is actually what you're looking at. How hard is that to understand? Y'all love the movie. Everybody said, that Matrix, that shit for real. Okay, well, when y'all gonna start believing the shit y'all say? You say you believe in God and the devil, but you never want to give God credit, and you never think the devil is responsible for anything. You say you believe in all of these things till we get to talking about them. You say you believe in aliens, then we bring them up, and then you say you don't want to hear the alien shit. I mean, you say you believe in the Illuminati, but then when I tell you everybody's a part of a secret society, then you say everybody ain't in that shit. How the fuck do you know? Why are we so dead set on pretending to know things that we honestly don't? Why can't we just live in a world where people would just say, I don't know. Could you explain that to me? Why can't I just, you know what? No, I'm not sure. Could you break that down for me? I was talking to a brother, and I wish I could remember the brother name, because I would shout him out right now. But me and the brother, him, it was three of us, was going back and forth about Islam. And then I made a couple points or whatever. And then the brother said, one of the brothers said, you know, I don't do the back and forth debating thing on the internet, but you know, I don't claim to know everything, you know what I mean? So I'm open-minded. Anything you got, send me and I'll take a look at it. How fucking refreshing. He didn't tuck his tail. He didn't say you right, I'm wrong. He didn't show no signs of weakness. He manned up and say, you know, I ain't really explored what you talking about. I ain't yay or nay. But I do know it's counterproductive going back and forth on here. So if you got some information on what you talking about, shoot it to me and I'll check it out. It was so dope. I thanked the brother for the interaction and told him I appreciate the peaceful discord. Like, why can't we just say we don't know? Or, you know what, you got a point. You know what, I hadn't even thought about it like that. I ain't sure I believe you, but I'll listen. What's wrong with these exchanges? Because in those exchanges is where the real information exists. It don't exist at the tip of two people yelling. It exists when people are willing to say, hey, you know what? Okay, I'll hear you out for a sec. And honestly, let's hear it out. Now, if it don't rub me the right way, then I should be able to articulate, hey, you know what? You was making some sense, but that one part over there didn't really hit me like that. You know what I mean? It's got to be a back and forth until we get somewhere. But either way it go, it's not that Terrence is not smart. Clearly, he's smart as fuck, but he's kind of. He's a Hollywood actor, and I don't understand why we can't see that. This man has done 65 or 68 movies. Now, if he say he go channel these other energies, then we're looking at least 50 plus times he's been taken over by different entities. Well, let's take it a step deeper. If all of the top dogs in Hollywood are doing this method acting thing, do you understand what that means? In a nutshell, what that means is when we watch these big time blockbuster Hollywood movies, we're not even watching the actors, we're watching the fucking demonic representation. Isn't that weird? Now I don't even know if I can look at a movie the same. I don't know if I'm looking at this nigga or the spirit of Count Dracula or some shit. I don't know what the fuck going on. And when motherfucker played, when Jack Nicholson played the werewolf, did this motherfucker really think he was a wolf? Like, was this nigga outside howling and shit on a late night? And like, he looked like he probably do. I don't know, man. I don't know no more. All I know is it's called method acting. And the job is to completely get engulfed in the character. So, if you want to convince the world that you're a genius, they're playing these movies like, are they making these kids channel demonic spirits? Absolutely they are. That is what the pedo stuff is for. Because the pedo stuff confuses the innocence of the spirit. And then you're able to mentally mold the child. That is one of the primary reasons why they do that stuff. And that's why you see most of the child stars grow up in the industry and become weirdos. I can't think of any who didn't. The child stars be the most fucked up by the time they become adults. So, and the fact that you said that, Queen, it's like nowadays, every time I see a child in a movie, I cringe. Because it's like, ain't no telling what this child was going through. And especially after watching that Nickelodeon shit and seeing how these fucking directors and shit and producers like take an affinity to a certain actor or actress and start taking them to the movie and taking them to dinner, and then it's like it's the director telling you that you got talent and you got a future, and so the parents is not even thinking like that. So the parents is allowing the director to pick up their children and take them to dinner and all this type of shit and fly them to Disneyland. And it's like when they take your child somewhere else around all of these grown people and you not there, it get horrible for the kids. And see, kids are so naive. These people tell the kids, we're going to kill your parents, all type of stuff. Give you a perfect example. The man from Sesame Street, the dude who Jim Henson, the black dude who played Elmo, ended up owning the whole Sesame Street, and he started when he was 14 years old. He was doing local puppet shows, and he got popular as hell for doing local puppet shows. And then the Jim Henson came personally to this boy's house to come get him. Met the parents, and the parents signed the contract and let this boy leave with Jim Henson, who later on came out to be a huge pedo. So the whole time you took this 14-year-old boy away to go make puppets. And now in them days, we talking about the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, black folks was broke than a motherfucker. So, sending a check most of the time could get you. If you had a big check, white people had a big check and the right spiel, you could damn near get most black kids in America. It's sad. That's what poverty do. Especially if it's something the child really want to do. So he leave. Now, when Jim Henson died, he left everything to him. So you know what that means. They was in a real life. You did. And now, what happened? After running Sesame Street for like 20 years, they caught him in a huge scandal where he been doing it to a whole bunch of kids. And they sent him to jail. So this is what they fucking do. And now, as far as Terrence, it's just sad because we've been let down so much that we just looking for our next hero. And we hate to hear every time we uplift somebody like me come through and say that person ain't right. I try to save y'all from that pressure by laying the foundation and telling you, can't nobody in that industry at his level be who you think they are. It is literally impossible. I'm sorry. I know that's hard to believe. I know it makes you want to say, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. How you know you ain't never been there? Y'all say silly shit like, I never been to Africa either. I could tell you all kind of shit about it. I never been to a Catholic church either. I could tell you all kind of shit about it. I never been. You know how many things I never been to the Congo when Leopold was gentrifying 10 million Africans. But I could tell you exactly what the fuck happened. I wasn't in Germany with Hitler, but I know what the fuck he did and why he did it. It's a lot of things I never physically experienced that I know like a motherfucker. So that sounds weird when y'all say that. You sound bitter. Information is the only fucking real currency. How many times I got to tell y'all? Them dead white guys in your pocket can only get you so far. You got to be smart too. If I could trade between all the knowledge in my brain or $10 million, bro, I wouldn't even hesitate. It's not even a question. I wouldn't touch that money. You could offer me, say, if we could drain your brain and just have you start over, you'll still be smart, but you just won't know the stuff you know. and we'll give you 100 million. I would be fucking offended. I wouldn't do it for $1 billion, and that's the honest truth. For $1 billion check right now with my name on it, say we're gonna erase your brain, give you back a full identity, but you just ain't gonna remember all the stuff that you've learned. I'll rip the check up, whoever wrote it. Information is currency. You can know a lot of shit. And especially now, ain't no excuse. You could sit right here like me, fat on my couch with 2 screens, and I could just look up anything I want to my little black heart desire. It's the age of Aquarius. We can find out anything we want to know. We can at least get close. And once we get close enough, then we can find somebody that knows somebody, swallow our pride, and ask questions. So, case in point, I know y'all thought y'all had another guru and you wanted to brag about him. And you know, they call it water cooler conversation, where you just drink your coffee, eat donuts, and brag about shit that you don't really know about, but it sounds fun. But yeah, Terrence fool. DJ, that nigga DJ lying. Just like he was lying to that little white girl in the movie. And but I'm open to hear other people's thoughts and opinions. So we are about to skedaddle on over to Clubhouse. Y'all know the did I put it up last week? Hold on now. Did I put it up last week? If I didn't, I'm bogus. I didn't. Oh yeah, yes I did. Bow. Conscious Conspiracy Cave. This is where we at on Clubhouse. Y'all know I'm gonna post it as soon as I get there. But yeah, we gonna go in here and toss it back and forth. And you know, we get to hear what y'all think and whatnot. Wait, my fault. So yeah, that's what we doing. We in Clubhouse in like 5 minutes. I'm just going to grab something to drink and come back, and then we in Clubhouse. Knowledge is the only real power. Information is the only real currency. But the application of both is the route to divinity. I love y'all, and I'm gone. Wait, hold on. This shit ain't over with. How come all these people in the room and it's only one like? See how y'all do me? Y'all sat here the whole motherfucking time and listen to me run my mouth and only one person hit like. Can you hit the like? Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, you stingy mother effers. Hit the like button. Damn. If anybody asks me, do you watch my show? I lie telling you never been here before. I would lie for you. You don't gotta publicly be my friend. I understand sometimes it's embarrassing. See, people even left the room when I asked them to hit the like. Y'all some stingy, lazy motherfuckers. It's one arrow and a blue button. You just boop. Just boop. That's all right. Now, back to my ending. Cheap motherfucker.